say that like that.
Hey man, hey, I'm a Ninja Turtles fan, okay? I will ooze wherever I like.
This one drink that's not even bad, you won't drink. And I'm confused. I am in anger.
Good for you guys. I don't watch a lot of movies. I go outside. Okay?
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Too Many Words podcast. This is your host, Jordan. I am joined here by my best friend, my co-host,
Isaac William Joseph.
Yeah. And, this is episode 200, oh my God, 128.
You know, it's so hard.
Oh.
Wow. It's so hard these days.
Oh, what?
Getting lost in the sauce about, like, how many times we've been doing this at this point.
Yeah.
Like, remember when
So
it was
sure.
like, hey, we've done one podcast, so it's episode 2.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, wild. But, first things first, I'm the realist. Anyways, Jordan, what's the word of the week?
Ooh, you love me. Presentiment. Oh, that wasn't very loud.
Presentiment.
Presentiment. A feeling something bad will happen. He had a presentiment about the trip. Sounds like Star Wars. Ooh, I got a bad feeling about this.
I got a presentiment a lot. Often, I think. But, like,
Yeah.
I also don't. I think it doesn't happen very... sorry, I'm contradicting myself. Like, I feel like there's a positive side of me that almost never has a presentiment. But, like, then there's, like, this anxiety part of me that definitely has presentiment. Like, getting this movie ready and stuff like that.
That's with good reason, though.
Yeah. Speaking of the movie, let's get straight into announcements. We have a Google form for casting. We are currently casting. 6 people have already applied for this movie, but I still encourage many, many more people to jump on the casting for Marketplace, because even if you don't get casted for this movie, maybe it's a connection, high consideration for the next project. And let me tell you, Jordan, I mean, directors change their mind on what they're creatively going to be doing all the time. But I think after Marketplace, that'll be like the last big thing I do until I put together this Bray Wyatt short film. Because, like, the absolute stress and time and money that these things take, I would like to just stick to, like, 5-minute skits or shorter for, like, a year and a half. Maybe be involved in, like, Maxwell's projects or Matthew's projects. You know, nothing really in-house until the next big one, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just given the fact that I'm... Every single day I've been facing this stress of... Oh my gosh, I need to get a car. Oh my gosh, I want to get out of debt this year. I can't say I'm going to get out of debt this year and then not get out of debt this year. I have to set up this movie seemingly at the same time. I'm currently in a job change, possibly. And so we got to do the steps taken for that. And also, I got to go to Indiana with my nephew. And, you know, there's a lot of costly things in that I'm currently saving up for. And because I'm saving up so much, I still feel broke. And so things are still hectic. And just... I'm going through a lot of stress right now. I don't like it, but I do know that it's just God testing me. Hey, you know that it's going to be okay, because I'm here, you know? So that's just my basis on it. But yes, sorry to go on that little rabbit hole, but long story short, casting is open for marketplace, and you can find the direct link under the Scaldstone Productions Instagram page. It's going to be the link in our bio at Scaldstone, and it's right there. You'll be able to apply for an acting role, and also there's a couple of questions that accommodate for people who don't want an acting role, but maybe a production side of things too. So the only thing that changes is that you got a lot less questions to answer. So yeah, tell us about who you are. I'd love to work with you if you would love to help make something cool together. So there's that. Any other announcements?
I'll talk about the announcement we're trying to do every episode, while you go get the get your lips wet.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Too Many Burgers 3 has an official date, September 18th. Keep your. I guess I don't know. Let's find out. September 18th is. Oh, I passed it. It's a Thursday. Thursday, September 18th.
Norse Day.
So keep your calendars open for that. It'll be a blast. It'll be amazing. It's going to be even better than last year's.
Hopefully. Let's see how long I can keep this one job of mine. For real.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. I think that's all of our announcements.
Until I think of something else. But, another announcement. I was on someone else's podcast today.
That's an announcement. That's more of a side quest.
That is more of a side quest. I was actually about to say, that is almost quite literally the definition of a side quest. So we're going to keep that in side quests. Jordan, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I am stressed.
Okay.
Stressed,
it is currently
but-
Sunday, January 19th at 10:39 p.m., 10:40 p.m. Just saw a change. Yeah. That's today's date and time. So you guys know when this is coming from. I really like it when I can tell James is watching our episode because he sends me a Snapchat every time.
Yeah?
I really love that.
Yeah, what's his feedback? What type of feedback does he give?
This last one, he was like, "Oh, so all bald people, including me, are evil, except for Jerry and you."
Did I say bald people are evil, or did you say bald people are evil?
I don't really remember, to be honest, dog. That was
I
2
think-
weeks ago.
I think it was during your explanation of how bald me doesn't really work, because I'm not the type of person that the type of bald people are.
I guess, yeah, I think that was it. Sorry.
Which is evil, definitely.
Yeah. Where are we at right now? Okay.
Des Moines, Iowa.
I will. Do you know if we've got any Instagram followers by any chance?
We don't.
Are you sure?
I mean, we got one on Scaldstone.
That's cool.
Should we just start shouting them out since we're so dry?
Maybe. That might be all right.
This is so sad, guys. Nobody cares about our Instagram.
No.
Whoa, we got a couple followers to acknowledge. Actually, we got at Cody Buffalo 04 followed us 6 days ago, and then at Aqua _ Dranix, DRANNIX, started following us. Who is she? She seems awesome. Oh, I know who she is. That's cool.
Tell her to follow the podcast.
Hey, look it's her sketch of Cinderguard.
Oh,
I remember
nice.
meeting her at Mayhem. That's so sick.
Tell her to follow the podcast.
She'll figure it out. She's a smart cookie. This is awesome.
You're awful.
I'll follow her on my personal. That's awesome. I finally got to see what that looked like.
What wrestler is this, Isaac?
What wrestler? Guess the wrestler? Oh, I'm so bad at these. Oh yeah, a crud ton of hardcore championships. Yeah, I can't do this. I can't. Yeah, it's an older wrestler. Hardcore WWE title, United States title, and then, well, he definitely fell off. and his peak wasn't that great. I don't know. Let's see what the comments say. Oh, JBL, my least favorite wrestler. Well, not my least favorite wrestler, but I really don't understand the allure that JBL had.
Who's that?
JBL? John Bradshaw Layfield, the rancher millionaire douchebag.
Okay.
Pretty good heel, pretty good foe to John Cena, but like I really didn't understand like why anybody like thought he was interesting. Sorry.
I'm sorry that you felt that way.
Yeah, it's okay. What did we learn this week, Jordan?
I want to say I did have something, but I don't think I actually did.
Well,
I just feel like I did.
let me go through some. Oh my God,
Here's something, actually.
this is my camera roll.
Did you save them all?
I finally saved him. Yes. 367 selfies from you.
I learned about a Transformers existence, like
Existence.
a certain figure of it, I guess.
Okay.
A certain action
Tell
figure.
us.
So I was recently on this bend of buying old Transformers right now that are surprisingly affordable. I bought the G1 recolor of Starscream from the first Transformers movie. Because for that movie, they did a bunch of the figures in recolors, repaints of their G1 style selves. They did a Starscream, they did Jazz, they did Ratchet, they did, who else did they do? They did Optimus Prime, and I don't think they did an Ironhide until the third movie, which is weird. I'm not too sure about that. Anyways, I bought the Starscream one because I wanted it. It's cool colors. And then I also was looking into that more. So I wanted to, because I wanted to get like all of the Seeker Trinity. That's what they call the jets, the Decepticon jets and Transformers is the Seekers. I wanted to get all of them.
Okay.
So I was looking into them, and I discovered that they had actually, for the second movie, they had also made one of the cone heads, which are the other Seekers that have the nose cone of the jet for their head. Which, that's a funny story. Apparently, in the original Generation 1 stuff, that was just a mistransformation, so it's just goofy. Those shouldn't exist, actually. But, anyways, they do. And they made one for the second movie as the original, out of that original Starscream Transformers toy. And I was like, oh, I learned about that's existence. What?
Nothing. I'm just thinking of a post that Dave Wheeler shared on his story, either today or yesterday. A tree's looking around before he falls, and he falls down and makes no sound. And then there's a guy in camouflage hunting, going, "What the heck?" And the tree goes, "Oh shoot! I just fell. Just letting you know." It's so stupid.
Those are the things he thinks about while I'm talking.
No, it was like a rabbit hole because I just got done looking at my photos because it was helping me figure out what I had learned this past week while you were going on about Transformers. This is a very good story. But then a subtle burp came out of me, and I hate burping on the podcast, right? And it reminds me about how I burped last week on the podcast because we had some alcohol, and I tasted alcohol again, and I hated it. And I was screaming, and then it reminded me of this one time where on Your Mom's House podcast, where Tom Segura was arguing with his wife about what is a burp on the podcast. Is it like, do you have to hear it? And my personal take on this debate was, well, if a tree falls and you don't hear it, Does it make a sound? Well, if you burp on the podcast, but none of the listeners hear it, did you really burp on the podcast? You know, but then it reminded me of that stupid thing that Dave Wheeler shared, and then it made me start laughing.
That's a
And
very
so-
wonderful rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's my rabbit hole. So yeah, I'm glad I can explain that whole thought train.
Thank you.
But what I learned is that I don't just have a best friend. I actually have the best friend that you could have. Because
I'm happy you're going to talk about this
because Jordan, tell them in detail exactly what you got me, just for the people only listening. The people on YouTube, they will see what this is, but the listeners need to know exactly what you got me, sir.
Okay. So, you want me to just tell the whole story?
Sure.
Okay. So, when Isaac was a wee young lad, he was not very into Transformers, and he was not very into Star Wars, but somehow he got the Star Wars Transformers crossovers, Death Star Darth Vader, which is a Death Star, or I guess like a Darth Vader action figure that transforms into a Death Star. It's got lights and sounds, a lightsaber. It's got little mini TIE fighters and little mini figures of Darth Vader and some stormtroopers. It's pretty freaking cool. You know, it's pretty freaking cool. So he got this, and he doesn't know what happened to it now. He doesn't even know who got it for him.
I think it's my Aunt Jennifer. I'm
You really
pretty
do?
confident.
Okay.
Either that or I remember where I was when I got it because it was actually super cool. I was at my Aunt Jennifer's, and they were hosting the family Christmas that year. And yeah, that was like one of the most memorable gifts I ever had received.
All right. Well, that's cool. Well,
And then Jordan over here, the actual Transformers kid.
so yes, he got it, and he doesn't know what happened to it. It's been years since then, obviously. It's something he's always he's talked about numerous times on the podcast, funnily enough. But yes, for Christmas, I wanted to get him something special, and I've been scrolling through eBay for these old Transformers I was looking for, and I saw a phenomenal deal on this guy. It's sealed. It's perfect, in perfect condition. It's sealed. It's great, dude. And I found just an amazing deal. It was like $86. It was insane for a sealed one of these. Brand new. And Isaac has opted to leave it in the package because he's a dumbass. No, I get it. I get it.
There's
though.
so
I
many
get it.
pieces that go
It
missing.
really
to this
is
thing.
a proper. That's not even a concern. Come on. But it
Plus
really is
parts
a
like to break
proper
off of it.
display box too, though.
It is.
It's got so much to it in just the box. Like there's a scene in the background. It's great. It's a really good display box. So I can't hate on him too much. But yes, I got him this for Christmas. It was a little late, and yes, it made me so happy. His reaction was priceless. I wish I was recording it. I should have. I need to start doing that.
I broke the noise complaint rule past 10 p.m. That's for sure.
Yeah, you did. But tell them your side of the story regarding this specific one, apparently.
Dogs, friends, listeners, fans of the podcast who love Transformers, you're going to get a kick out of this. So Jordan, he was quoted while giving this to me that he wanted to take a play out of my own book when it came to really meaningful, really thought out, good gifts. It's actually why I don't just give everybody gifts for Christmas because, well, one, I can't afford it, but two, the things I really want to get people as like a special occasion, it's a special occasion gift, you know? Like, I'm not going to give someone like a roll of tape for Christmas. That'd be lame, you know?
You have quite the imagination there, Isaac.
Sorry. See, I can't think small. I can't think small when it comes to giving
I meant
gifts.
like he said that because there's 2 rolls of tape right in
There's 2
front of
rolls
him.
of tape right in front of me, but this crazy thing. Jordan said, "Oh, really? You got like one of my holy grails growing up?" And it started this time period between us as 2 best friends that one was a huge Transformers fan, the other one not so much, but we both agreed that the Transformers Star Wars Darth Vader Death Star crossover was an immaculate collector's piece. And so yeah, that was the era that we both just wanted one.
Always wanted one.
And this might show that you're a better friend than me, Jordan, because you actually got it. But I was legit this same exact Christmas thinking, man, once the Rumble's over and I got some, disposable income, I can get Jordan this Death Star that I've been like wanting to get him, which is exciting. And lo and behold, we were looking at the same exact eBay listing.
Yeah.
Because I told you how much it cost without even checking.
Yeah.
$80 for this thing that's usually going well over 100.
160 is like what they're running for sealed like that.
Yeah. I like even like a couple years ago when we started thinking about prices, it was like $200 like for a high point. And yeah, I'm just so happy. Like it's probably still in my eBay saves. My eBay favorites, and it's probably going to tell me that it's sold. And lo and behold, my best friend's the one that bought it because he loves me so much. And so, like, yeah, I do feel like crap because, like, in a perfect world, we would have both had a gift for each other on Christmas, and in a perfect world, we would have opened each other's gifts, and that would have been an all-time Christmas moment.
Yeah, it would have been.
We just ruin things, man. We really do.
Oh, you're a dork. You know that?
I should have told you what I told Kennedy when she gave me her Christmas gift late, which is, Kennedy, I can't open your gift until I get you a gift. Like that's what I told
I would
her.
have made you open it.
Really?
I would have opened it and then just shoved it in your face. Because that would have pissed me the fuck off.
Nope, I don't want to see it. I haven't got you your gift, Oh, man, but yeah, there's a lot of things I got to do in February, but, amid this movie and stuff, I hope that I can think of you and get you this, I can repay the favor. Because, yes, this is an Isaac-level freaking gift in which I was gonna do it, I swear. So, yeah, just 1 second. This hits me right in the nostalgia.
The rebels must not escape.
Perfect. And so, yeah, that's what I learned is that Jordan is actually a pretty all right guy.
Wow. Wow.
All right, before these get cold, let's get straight into get them lips wet, huh?
What did you just say?
I said before these get cold,
Before these get cold,
let's get straight into them, get them lips wet.
what? You want them to be cold.
Oh, that's right. Before these get lukewarm. So sorry, bro.
They're already cold.
Sorry, that's what people say about food. I'm sorry. We, for the third time ever, Jordan thinks it might be the second time. I don't know.
It might be the third because I seem to remember. I think we did the Mount Spreaker when we had the freaking the cooler full of drinks.
But yeah, we love Spreaker more than we express it. But this is our third time getting Spreaker on the podcast. We have Spreaker Fire Brewed Cherry Cola. If anybody's curious about what the heck Spreaker is, it's like those super off-brand.
It's a craft soda.
Before Hy-Vee started carrying it,
Made with
I
honey.
only ever saw these at Menards. Menards of all places, and that's exactly why I like to go to Menards Rarely, but I
Shout
like
out
to go to
Menards.
Menards if I'm really
That's
feeling
where I
something
found the Calypso half
different.
and half.
you know. Menards just carries things that almost nobody else does, and that's pretty cool. Sprecher was one of them, but apparently Hy-Vee likes to branch out too. So, yeah, we got Sprecher Fire Brewed Cherry Cola made with honey, natural antioxidant. Okay.
So
Craft soda.
yeah, fire brewed. Okay. Smell is very good.
Is it?
Tastes like or smells like cherry. Definitely got that cherry smell to it. There you go. That was nice. So the taste is very good as well. Actually, maybe it's just because I've been eating a lot of sweetened things already over here with these gummy candies, but I can taste the honey. Like it's got a very distinct honey taste to it.
I don't understand the fire brewed. Like, maybe it's obviously because like I don't know how to make soda, but like, I wonder what that is. What part of the process that is? Aren't you like an almanac for like making food?
So fire brewed just means that they use fire to brew it.
Yeah, I knew that, but like,
So when in the brewing process, you have to like seep things, like like tea. So it's like the process of infusing the liquid with the flavors, right? Fire brewed means that they used fire as a heating source for that, rather than like a stovetop or electric heating or anything like that.
okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I'm not getting like a lot of cola. It's a lot of cherry and a good amount of
A
honey.
lot of cherry.
But it is good. It is good. I think the watermelon one's better. But this is good. I'd give it a solid 6.8 out of 10.
That's pretty low. I am a huge fan of cherry flavored anything. I don't know why. Like a meme just mentally changed my taste buds so many years ago. But like I main rep cherry most cherry things. Not cherry lollipops. Cherry lollipops I'm down on. Not really for the cherry lollipops, but cherry cola of almost any kind. You know, you got the Mr. Pibbs of the world, cherry Cokes, wild cherry Pepsi, especially wild cherry Pepsi. That's nice. But as for this in particular, I will say, holding such a high bar for cherry cola, I would say that this is a little underwhelming in comparison to the big blues.
It's
and reds.
really sweet.
I will say that this is actually a 7.8.
Yeah, I was almost going to give it like a 7.2. But then I took another sip and I was like, it's not quite there.
What's the average of that? We got to find out. 7.8 plus 7.8 plus 6.8?
I think so.
6.8 equals 14.6 divided by 2. Average of 7.3 score. Sprecher gets a 7.3 on the Get Your Lips Wet segment of Tony Words Podcast, episode 128. Yay! Should we start just doing... See, this is something that I tried to do as an idea a long time ago, which was isolate a really good segment out of this past week's podcast. So people would have like a 5-minute sample of what the podcast is like.
You can do that all you want. You got to be the one to do it.
Yeah. So much work to be done all the time, and I'm only just one person. It's crazy. Not that you don't have any responsibilities, but like, dang, bro.
I don't have nearly as many as you do, Mister. I'm gonna make movies. I was just like, I don't want.
One day I will make something that will make you cry, sir.
I guarantee it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my best friend just so happens to be one of the heavy hitters of this modern day directors, pop culture. You know,
Yeah.
be the James Gunn of my
Don't
era.
forget me when you're famous, man.
Oh, I won't, dude. My whole team gonna eat. I'll never forget my roots.
I guess that'll
Okay,
be true. I'll be
like
famous
Seth
too.
Rollins, who still has a home in Davenport.
Yeah.
Who teaches how to wrestle in Davenport.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Hell, I've never gone, but like I'll teach a course at ISU once I make it. You know. I'm just kidding. I will never set foot in ISU. Sorry. Let's get some gray area in there. If it happens, I'd be very flattered, but I don't know how I could commit to being in Ames for like a whole year. Just my thought process.
You don't have to work there.
Well, here's the thing, though. You know what makes me so happy? In 20 years, I will only be 45.
Okay.
I know. Like, 45, like, if I'm an athlete, yeah, my career's over. You know, I'm not Tom Brady. If I'm trying to, like, be a ball player or something like that, yeah, career's over. Try to get in, like, media coverage for sports or something like that. It's on to the next. But, dog, 45 is, like, the average age for directors. And
Yeah.
I've started now.
Yeah.
I've been started. I've been established.
Started.
And like it's just super exciting that if I just don't give up, I will get there.
Yeah.
Seriously, like if I just keep on learning and continuing to be like coachable and stuff like sorry, I'm just like hyping myself up out of nowhere right now, but only 45 in 20 years.
Yeah. That's how time works, yeah.
That's 20 years of
math.
filmmaking under my belt. And 45 is still like peak career for directors.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy, Isaac. You're going to be the greatest there ever was.
No, stop
That's absolutely for certain.
No. The people I look up to, I will never be better.
Yeah, that's how a lot of people view it, honestly. But what else do we have to talk about this week, Isaac?
Are we doing side quests now?
We're going to do hot take.
Okay.
The skincare industry is a scam.
Depends on where you go, to be honest.
I think it depends on what you mean by scam. I think a lot of the skincare industry stuff is like way more expensive than it actually costs, and like
Oh, when it comes to anything like that, yeah.
I mean like a lot.
I mean, like, just take a look at medicine. You know,
Yeah, that's a
that's
good way
like
to
a
put
whole
it too.
scandal.
Because like if you put like a regular pricing on that, like regular price increase just to make like regular money on it, I feel like it'd be like way cheaper for a lot of things. But do skincare things work? I'd say some of them do, yeah, for sure.
So here's my thing.
Moisturizing's definitely a thing.
It is 1,000%. I won't even exaggerate. I will get normal on you because I'm trying to be that real with you. It is 100% based on your genetics. For real. If you have skin that skin products just cannot help, sorry, you just don't got it. See, I feel like I have, the majority of my life, I have been blessed with being 99% acne free. Never really struggled with that. Mostly been clear skin other than this wrinkly forehead that likes to get up there when I, express myself. But like, other than that, there's some people out there that are like, oh yeah, I just put water on my face every morning and I'm ready to go. People are jealous of those bastards.
I don't do anything.
Yeah, you
Like-
don't do
like
anything
at all.
I'd like to say that your skin's mostly clear.
Yeah. I've actually had people tell me like what, how.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think either of us are glowing. Like, we're not, people aren't going like, dang.
I do still
Look at
have
your
skin
face.
breakouts because like it happens somewhat frequently because of my job. Whenever I'm washing dishes and it splashes back on my face, my skin always breaks out there. It's awful.
I will say, my skin, although mostly clear most of the time, it is actually quite sensitive to most products. Like, I have used things.
Yeah, a skincare product right there in the TV stand.
That's mine.
Yes.
Oh, that. Yeah, I remember using those. See, even with those, which is supposed to be a coolant, my sensitive skin, that will turn my face red.
Yeah.
Remember those times?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I definitely do.
Yeah. And with that one in particular, it's Neutrogena. It's like this small blue cylinder thing. That was more like a trust the process kind of deal, where my face is red and my face kind of hurts, but it does feel good later. Because I was actually facing like a lot of dry skin issues once upon a time, and I don't really run into that too much now. My face does dry out a little bit after the shower, like 30 minutes after the shower, but is the skincare industry a scam? I don't think so. I just think that some people get screwed out genetically, and there's a lot of things that just don't work for them. You know, what's the doctor for skincare? What's that title?
Doctor for skincare.
Yeah, there's a doctor for skincare.
Doctor for skincare.
Yeah.
The doctor did take my foreskin.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Still looking for that motherfucker.
Do you know the answer?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Like,
Dude,
not in the
skin
slightest,
care
dude.
Doctor. Dermatologists. Yes. There's dermatologists out there that
I thought you were talking about
that can
like
be
a
really
specific
experts behind
person.
how to take care of your skin. You know, if you got sensitive skin like me, they can tell you exactly what products to use. If you got some other weird stuff, like you just got this acne that will not go down, go to the dermatologist, okay? I can almost guarantee, even if there's just one thing out there, there is that thing out there for your skin. That's my take on it.
I mean, yeah.
Some people, it's like they're blessed. Maybe they do need a routine, but like almost anything works on them. Like, oh, I'll just take a dab of this because it looked pretty and it smells good, and now I have perfect skin. There's people like that, you know. It's just it's a spectrum of it.
Sure, I was blessed with the face card.
Never
But
say that again.
I was not blessed with the armpit card.
The armpit card?
Yeah,
Oh,
you know
that's
how-
right.
how I-
Yeah, like no deodorants work on this guy.
I feel I can finally safely say this. I found one.
Heck yeah.
Dove Men Plus Care. I have not tried any of the other scents because that terrifies me. But this one specific one that I'm using right now works great.
Nice.
I'm happy about it.
What is it?
Dove Men Plus Care.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of, actually, when you brought that up, I was thinking of like the one deodorant that does not work on me, which is any gel.
Gel deodorant.
Any
was where it
gel.
started for me.
Any gel does not work on me. Like it just adds the smell next to the BO. Like it does not cure my BO, does not make me smell better. It just adds another scent, adds another layer to the adventure of what Isaac smells like that day. BO and tropical flowers. And then BO again. So, yeah. Other side quests.
There's that one famous director guy that died.
Who? I should know this. What'd he direct? I'd probably know
lot of
what he made
things.
more than who he is.
David Lynch.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What, you just thought he was done or something? Sure.
Emphysema.
Emphysema.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big one because David Lynch he was big. He was a big one.
Yeah.
He was very famous.
He made the original Dune?
Yes,
Wow.
but I think he had done some TV.
Why did the Fablemans come up under his movies? Did he help make the Fablemans? What?
Well, let's find out.
Director Steven Spielberg.
Maybe he wrote.
Writing someone else's biopic. That'd be silly. David Lynch Fablemans.
Let me see here. Well, so he wasn't any director credits, obviously.
Oh, David Lynch portrayed John Ford, the director,
Oh, okay.
at the very end.
Oh, so he was an actor in it. Interesting.
Yeah, he was only in it for like a minute, but he was like hilarious. Oh, that makes my heart hurt.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Well, he did live a long life. How old was he?
78.
78. See? I can have a career till I'm 78.
Yeah.
Boom, I got plenty of time to be the best freaking director on this planet. Best director overall is a tough feat, but best director categorically, I feel like I can like run through walls with one thing, just being good at one thing. And what I want to be good at is being the easiest director to work with ever.
Oh, God. You'll never achieve that.
Why?
Speaking from experience.
Why?
Because I'm your best friend.
I'm hard on you.
I'm your best friend.
I expect more from you.
You should stop. Lower your expectations.
Why?
Because
Why should I?
I will never I will never achieve your expectations.
You will never achieve my expectations?
Yeah, I'll never achieve your expectations.
Okay.
For me.
Because, like, Hope says that I'm a really awesome guy to work with.
I mean, yeah.
Everybody from last year's short film would be happy to work with me. I got people hitting my line right now saying, hey, I want to be involved in your next movie. You
Of
know?
course they would. Because, like, look at you. You're amazing.
Stop it. I'm not that amazing.
But then, like, you become best friends with Isaac, and then you hate him for the rest of your life.
No, it's just because we are friends just like hockey players. We can get into a fight and then just go to the bar and have a beer together later.
You mean the chocolate milk?
Okay, we have what people say
I
like
was making a joke, dumbass.
a marriage level friendship. Okay. Do you think that the only thing that takes to be a good husband or wife is to never fight?
Not the only thing. God, no. I think you should, like, definitely put an effort to not fight.
Or get into an argument?
But, like,
Or get mad at each other?
Yeah. But,
You
like,
think that's possible?
I think it is
To
possible
never get
to
mad at
never-
each other? Never get into an argument?
I think it's possible to never get into a fight or argument. Definitely not possible to never get mad at each other. But just because I say it's possible doesn't mean it would happen.
Have you ever heard of the quote, oh, look at that old married couple. I
Yeah.
wonder how many times they had to forgive each other to get there.
Yep.
See, I think that the closer your circle is, the more likely that people get mad at each other.
I mean, yeah, definitely.
Like
Definitely.
I've never wanted to box with a cashier. You know? I've wanted to box with my best friend, and that's just the ugly truth of psychology. Sorry. Other side quests.
We could talk about the big one,
What? What's the big one?
the TikTok situation.
Let's talk about it. Go ahead, sir.
In the last 24 hours, TikTok was on its last legs, banned, and unbanned. In 24 hours.
Oh my gosh. The ban didn't even last 12 hours.
It lasted 10.
Really?
That's the official number.
Wow.
That's crazy to me, dog. That's crazy. Because, like,
That was shorter than Zack Ryder's Intercontinental Championship reign.
I was thinking at work before I figured it out that TikTok was working. We got to say something on the podcast today for TikTok. Because, like, it was so influential for us. Like, it was a big part of our lives for numerous reasons. Like, Jordan's getting serious. He's sitting up. We met so many significant people to us through TikTok.
Lot of
So
friends.
many.
A lot of good friends.
The
Firstly,
entire...
we got to thank Dustin because we would not have any of those friends without Dustin.
Yep. Actually, firstly, you gotta thank me, motherfucker, because I gave him the idea.
Jordan
and then I
made
convinced
Dustin
him
famous.
to do it.
Never forget it.
I will wear that like a badge of honor, and I will make sure everyone knows that that was me till the day I die. Right? All right? Okay. Anyways, yes. So, like, we honestly, it really was a precursor to what we're doing today.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. A lot of that stuff has really helped us get where we are today.
I used TikTok originally to distract myself from a breakup that I was going through. Because, like, yeah, Dustin had blown up on TikTok a little bit, made some friends, and those friends were like, Isaac's pretty interesting. Why the heck does he not have a TikTok? And then I got that TikTok, added those people first, and
Remember the faucet one?
yeah. Yeah. And so there's a lot of I look back on my time pushing myself. This is how petty I was. I made sure I had more TikTok followers in about a year
I
than my
remember that.
ex.
Oh my goodness.
I made sure I had more followers than her immediately. And then I just like stopped. I was like, mission accomplished. We're moving on. That girl thought that she could one day get lucky and make a TikTok career out of herself. Yeah, I freaking grinded, got 100 more followers than you, and now I'm done.
And now I've got way more than you do.
Now, yeah, Jordan got a lot of,
I'm not very high either by any means, but I'm over 1,000, so.
yeah. I kind of stopped altogether.
Yeah, you did.
Jordan doesn't like that I just stopped
Well, it's fine. We started doing something else with our
in our
time.
lives.
You
Yeah,
know,
I'd
too many
like to
words.
say
Podcast
that
is a thing.
peak TikTok Isaac is both a good collective of certified hood classics,
That says the Bible.
but also the cringiest bunch of freaking videos I've ever looked at.
Yeah.
Like, I look back at it and it's like, oh God, there's the time I had a blue mohawk. Oh God, there's the time I shaved my head. Oh God, there's the time I was just being sappy because I was alone. Oh God, this stupid, you know. Oh God, this is me trying to fit in with a trend, you know.
Yeah.
A bunch of cringe. Like, there's only like probably like 5 of those that I would just show to people that I'm close with today. Like, none of it shows that, oh, I'm mentally healthy. You know, none of it. None of it does.
I don't know about that.
Oh, man.
What's the deal with being mentally healthy? That's just who cares? I'm not. What are you talking about?
Oh, man. But I do look back on it fondly. I would never go back, but I do miss those days.
I mean, you'd never go back.
I would never go back to that. I was depressed
I guess
every day.
If you're talking about the depressing part, then yeah, no, you
But,
would never
like,
go back.
the
But come on.
But this is the thing. I wasn't in any college debt, and I had a cheap monthly. Somehow, I was unemployed for 5 months, and I made it work. Remember that?
Yeah.
The absolute freedom that I just had. And it was just weird. It was weird. That was quite an era. But yeah, TikTok, I definitely started it to get over an ex. And then I stuck around because I had made, not a crazy following, 500 people, that's fine. But there was a lot of friends on there. And yeah, I never actually acknowledged that, because all of the good friends I made on TikTok, we added them on Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and stuff like that. So I don't think we were necessarily losing almost anything. I wasn't happy about the band.
Were we losing anything? Not really. But was it still something that
It was still an end of an era.
Yeah.
That's what we thought it was going to be,
Yeah. It was
look what happened to Vine.
Yeah. It was still a thing that was gonna probably change our lives a little bit. And it definitely held some emotional significance.
If we start making money regularly, we can start being on social media regularly.
Yeah.
And because
We'll hire a
because
person
we
to do it
have a
for us.
team, I'm thinking we could have 3 social media people, and then boom, we can be off to the races. Oh, you know how to make shorts? Fine. I'm so sick and tired of making shorts. You do that.
I mean, a lot of companies only have one person for all platforms.
Yeah, but that's the only thing they do.
Yeah.
It's not hey, 25-year-old that has 3 jobs and 6 to 10 hobbies. You do full-time social media now.
I mean, it's full-time job is full-time job. It's still only 8 hours a day,
Yeah, I know.
40 hours a week.
But I can't afford to do that.
well, yeah, because we don't get paid for it.
Yeah.
But if someone was getting paid for it, they'd be like, okay, that's a cool job, yay.
Yeah. Well, pay a kid $1,000 a month.
Well, you'd pay them an actual wage.
Yeah, $1,000 a month.
Maybe even a little more than that. I think editors and stuff make. I want to say they make $1,600 a month. I don't really know.
Well, I guess we got to make sure that we are making good enough money for our social media kid to not be the highest paid person in the building.
Obviously.
So, yeah.
That's why a lot of YouTubers do it themselves for a really long time, because editors and stuff are expensive.
Yeah.
They're very expensive.
I definitely see us getting an editor before a social media person. At least when it comes to regularly paid people.
I would love to get an editor and just pay them $40 a video, but I don't have.
I know an editor that would charge $200 a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even for our stupid shit.
Yeah.
Dang. Who is it?
Max.
Oh, okay.
It's Max.
I'd love to do that, but that's expensive.
I told him that I would pay him $200 to edit the Christmas episode. And so we're not at the pace where we can drop $200 a week on a well edited podcast. But we can be at the stage of we can drop $200 twice a year
I'm gonna
on
name
something
drop.
that is very special to us.
I'm going to name drops James again.
Okay.
I have spoken to James. James already has a work from home job
Okay.
that he spends all of his time on his computer.
Okay.
He said
And he wants to do that more?
he said he'd be willing to learn how to edit and give it a try to see how much if we like the way he does things and like if he enjoys doing it at all. So, and he's willing to take it with or do it without getting paid at first.
Okay.
I
Honestly,
you know,
with what we just need someone to do is just super easy, you know? Like say we had it the way we wanted it, which is we have good lighting, we have good camera angles, we have good production value at the time of shooting. That means that he doesn't need to do any color grading. He
Yeah.
doesn't need to do any special
we
effects.
don't do any of that right now, really. Anyways,
He just needs to go back and forth between camera angles, and that's pretty much it. Slap the intro at the front, slap the outro at the back, and like maybe if we're talking about a visual subject that, you know, maybe we give him like a bunch of photos, maybe not even a bunch, like 2 or 3 photos per episode. Hey, put this up at this timestamp.
but that is something that I am going to take upon myself to take care of. So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
So I guess this actually is a really good segue because I know James watches or listens to every episode. James, when you eventually hear this,
Sexy man.
I would like to invite you, and you can even bring Crystal and the dog over again. I would like you to come over on one of my days off. We can talk about it when you hear this. And I will just walk through it with you, like on my computer. And then maybe we can do another session of training, quote unquote training, over Discord or something where I can see what you're doing on your own personal computer. So you have that sort of comfortability. And I can walk you through the process that way, just to give you more like experience with it and more that's hands-on training and, you know, training. That training is an important part. And then we can go from there. You said you were willing to try, and I'm willing to try as well. If you don't like it, then we lose nothing. But we also gain nothing. If we don't like you, which is I'm sure is impossible. Or if we don't like,
I hate you, James.
if we don't like what you produce, again, which is I'm sure impossible, then we still lose nothing but gain nothing. So, shut the fuck up. So yeah, reach out to me and we'll figure out a date for that. I do want to move forward with that.
Imagine the percentage. It's got to exist. The percentage of people that deleted TikTok immediately after the ban,
Yeah.
and then found out. Maybe even there's a percentage of people that still don't know it's back.
I'd say that there's definitely a percentage.
Definitely. Maybe even if it starts with 0.000, but there's got to be someone out there that's done that, and that almost makes me like chuckle a little bit.
Oh, TikTok doesn't work no more? Okay, delete.
I'm a simple man, you know.
It's the only social media they're on. Just for whatever reason. Okay.
The circle is now complete.
Thank you,
you.
Darth Vader.
All right, I think that covers just about everything I had to talk about. Let's see. No, I feel like we're missing something. Well, do we have a fancers?
We do.
We do.
We can have NFL be the meat and potatoes.
Yes, that's what the other thing was. Football. Football. Football.
But yes, we do have a fancers, and I'm excited to get into it. Every time.
And every time we touch, I get this feeling. And every time we kiss,
All
I
right.
swear I can fly.
I asked 6 days ago, simple question for my friends. money not being a factor, all right, wherever you wanted, what is your dream college you would like to attend? Sherry Smith Shonk says University of Edinburgh. I wonder where that's at. We should ask people like to explain
Edinburgh or
why.
Edinburgh?
But Edinburgh. Jacob Wilburn says, I mean, Oregon State University was pretty cool online, but pictures from their campus and talking with people who went there make it sound awesome. So I'd say OSU for sure. Rob Kramer says, I went to Oaks College, which partnered with Nelson University at the time. I really liked the experience.
It's in Scotland. Edinburgh.
Matthew Hugh Garrick says Los Angeles Film School. Los Angeles Film School, but wow, $92,000 to attend for tuition only is a bit much. Riley Anderson, Colorado Boulder or University of Oregon probably. Peter Jakes says bachelor's at Hard Work U, then go get my doctorate at the School of Hard Knocks.
School of Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a metaphor. And then Mason, the cherry on top. You know, I always love it when we have the opportunity to make Mason just... We get to share who Mason is word for word, and we don't have to do anything to make him seem silly because he's doing it by himself.
Yeah.
You know. Mason Dean James Rogers says Iowa University, and then he replies to that comment and says, but I don't do school. All right, Mason. Just in case, you know, just in case we were just confused saying, oh, but you haven't gone yet, or something like that. But thank you for Mason.
We appreciate you, Mason.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a good talk.
I feel like I could have worded the question a little bit better.
I think you did great.
Find out why people would want to go to such schools. But you know,
we got a good amount of answers on that, and I think that's satisfying for me.
We did. What should be the next one?
The next fancy.
Well, listen to this.
Listening.
I know our next episode recording is literally next Sunday, but given that this episode won't come out until February 1st, we should do who is going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Sure.
And then on February 8th, the day before the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness.
The day before the Super Bowl. What?
The last time we asked that question was with Noah With.
Yeah.
That was so long ago. That feels like yesterday, though. Like that was a whole year ago, but that feels like yesterday, dog.
Simple question for my friends.
Holy cow. I'm old, Isaac.
Who is...
I turned 27 this year, Doug.
Stop having a crisis right now.
27.
It's getting existential.
27. That's 3 years away from 30.
Yeah, and you still play Fortnite.
I haven't played since I played Lego Fortnite. Not really somewhat recently, but...
Oh, man. If anybody who says Chiefs, I'm blocking them. Except for Noah.
You're not going to block anyone that says the
I'm
Chiefs.
not going to block anyone. It's a joke, mostly.
Because, we got a lot of Chiefs answers last year.
Well, we got a lot of people who were right. So yeah.
Yeah. Football.
But yeah, that's a good segue into the main event of this podcast episode, which is the NFL playoffs. Let's get into it.
So the Lions fucked up.
Jordan, what is your favorite NFL team?
The Lions.
The Lions. I
The
guess you did yourself a
Detroit
favor
Lions.
refusing to watch the only game I wanted you to watch all season.
Yeah, I was busy doing things that were more important to me.
You know, you can talk to a friend and watch a football game.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, but I didn't want to.
He didn't want to get off out of his bed.
There was that, and also I had a bad
anyways,
feeling about this.
explain your thought process on Lions versus Commanders, sir.
I had a bad feeling about this game as soon as it started. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just knew it wasn't gonna go our way, but
You were super confident like last week. You're like, come on, it's the Lions, though, you know?
yeah, I was. But it's one of those things where it's got progressively worse as it got closer.
Well, the
And
first
then,
half
it
was amazing.
It was always a game. It was like the last game I was worried about. If we had beat them in this game, we would have been. It would have been straight Super Bowl, like straight up. I would not have even been worried, but we didn't, and yeah. So here we are.
This was the best playoff game I've seen in a long time, at least for the first half. Commanders really got away at the very end. Commanders dropping 45 points on the Lions is magical work.
That was pretty crazy.
Like, that's insane.
They tried really, really hard to bring it back.
Yeah,
I know they did.
Because, the Lions have definitely shown to be, if not the whole game, they're definitely a second-half team, and that's just not what happened in this game. And although I am a big LSU fan, I've been betting on Jaden Daniels since day one because of my biases. But, this is really shaping out to be, an amazing rookie year run for him. And I was actually pretty confident in the Commanders. I did not expect them to win, but I did expect them to bring some freaking heat against the Lions. And boy, did they, bro. Oh, my gosh. I'm so proud of that team. Because, I've actually been having, this is why I can't prove anything. I'm not a sports writer anymore, so I can't prove that I've been, low-key betting on them. And my friendship with Marcellus definitely had, kept an eye on them for me for two, as well, for that. But, the Commanders just kept on making good decisions with, coaching and drafting. I mean, yeah, there's that Chase guy that turned out to be a big nuttin for their I don't know, number 2 overall guy, but or number 1 overall guy, but
I've thought this for a while now. The Commanders are a really solid team.
What's funny is that their owner finally sold the team because everybody freaking hated him. And in their first season, they're going to the NFC Championship game. That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's just they've got a really, really solid team. So if the Lions were gonna lose, I'm kind of happy it was them. Do I still think if we made it to the Super Bowl, do I think we would have won? Probably not, honestly. But oh boy, Isaac, next year, I feel sorry for anyone who gets in our way. It is going to be a bloodbath. I promise you that.
Yeah, I mean, the Lions are only getting better. I mean, y'all lost, 2 games this year?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's gonna be a crazy season next season. I promise you. I'm not gonna make any crazy promises, but I expect at least a very similar win-loss. Win-loss season, yeah.
Yeah, lose 2 games in the regular season and then not even win a playoff game. Yeah, I understand. Don't! I see the moisture!
Oh, I love doing that to you. It's so funny. It's so funny. Yeah, no, like I got a feeling our point scores are going to be a lot higher. And I'll call it right now. We're going to the Super Bowl next year. I will call it right now.
I'm not going to make any crazy predictions.
That's not crazy.
That's not crazy?
That's not crazy.
You have a 1 in 32 chance that...
That's not crazy.
You have a 1 in 16 chance that
That's
you're
not
going
crazy.
to the Super Bowl.
It's not crazy. It's not. You want to know why?
Why?
Look at what we did this year. And just think about how much better they're going to be next year and how much angrier they're going to be next
here's
year.
The thing. If y'all don't win a playoff game next year, there's going to be a lot of like word around the world saying, "Oh, Dan Campbell can't win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell can't do this. He's a regular season coach." He's like,
but we made it to the playoff 2 out of the last 3 years, so that's something. That's not for nothing, friend. But no, I will say it. We're going to the Super Bowl next year.
hell yeah, football. One thing before I forget, this is gonna be like we're backtracking to side quests now. I was on a podcast today.
Didn't you talk about that already?
No, we saved that for side quests and then we skipped it over.
Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah.
I was on a podcast today called Bracket Bastards. Now, Jordan, ask me what Bracket Bastards is.
What is Bracket Bastards?
It's a podcast. Thanks.
Wow, that's
And
fucking
so,
awesome.
It's hosted by a guy named Freddie Fisher. And he's been paying attention to us and what we do for a little bit, I guess. And he reached out to me.
Thank you for that.
What?
I was saying thank you to Freddie Fisher.
Oh. You've gotten really comfortable over there.
Yeah. This is what I do.
And so he reached out to me saying, "Hey, man, I like your content. I know that you're a wrestling fan. How do you feel about being a panelist on our Rumble special for Bracket Bastards?" And I'm like, sure thing. And honestly, it was wonderful.
That's awesome. I'm very happy for you.
I didn't really believe him when he first said that it's kind of an addicting show to be on, but I would not hate to be doing that again. Seriously. So there's like a lot of things that can make it interesting for the brackets. Like you don't just do what we do with the brackets and we just say which one's better or something. In this bracket in particular, we were figuring out the best pro wrestling theme song, right? And there's 3 things that you can use throughout this bracket besides like the championship round, which is you can quote blow your load, which is like if you're like first or second, it almost doesn't really matter where you vote, but you can quote blow your load to automatically make be the person to vote last in a round and see where everybody else is swinging for that round, right?
Okay.
And I would like to say that for one matchup, I was the last to vote. But I was like, so I'm going to blow my load even though I know I'm the last person to vote. Let's just all take this time to be thankful for what we have. You know, we have good friends, glad to be here. Yeah. All right, now it's my time to vote. That's exactly what I did.
Okay.
It was fun. It was fun. Do you know who ended up winning the bracket?
Not you?
Well, it's a song that won the bracket, dog.
Oh. So not you?
Yes, not me.
What?
You're gonna have to watch the episode.
Oh, well, that sucks.
That does not suck. It's more content. Hey, go to Bracket Bastards, episode 160 something. Yeah, Rumble special.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah,
160 something.
I'll tell you who won after this recording. What? Okay. I didn't see anything.
Oh,
Why are you showing me? Oh, what the freak? What the freak was that?
deer.
Why are we talking about things that
It was
the
a
listeners
deer,
are so lost
and it
on
went
right
to space. It's a space deer now.
now? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted. Yes, you were on another podcast. I wish I would get invited to other podcasts like that. Like, I like toys. Invite me to toys things.
Honestly, they have such like parody in what they do for brackets. It's not just wrestling. There's only 2 wrestling episodes they do throughout the entire year, and so you could probably get in on that.
Maybe, but
You could be like, "Hey, Fred,
people don't like me. It's okay. I'm
People-
sorry.
people
I'm
love
sorry.
you.
People don't like me.
People
Everyone always
love
talks to
you.
Isaac about the podcast. No one ever talks to
People-
Jordan about the podcast.
people
I
love
get-
you."
No, people
And you
don't
have
like me.
your
You
own
don't have
people
to
that
lie.
talk to you about the podcast.
You don't have to lie.
You have plenty of people that have spoke to you about the podcast that have never spoken to me about the podcast.
Those are just really, oh, how's your podcast going, Jordan? And then those are just the people at work that know little to nothing about my podcast.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what. At one of my jobs, they're still struggling to like take my podcast seriously.
Really?
Yeah. Just like, oh, you're doing that little thing, yeah. Cool. It's terrible. I feel like it's okay to read this prematurely because it's absolutely rich. We already got an answer for next week's Fancers, but I'm going to read it now.
Who is it?
It's Corey Boone.
Oh, okay.
And he
Thank
says,
you, Corey. I love you so much. You're amazing.
He says, with a teary-eyed emoji, "What if the Super Bowl is the friends we made along the way?" That's good.
Thank you.
That's good. We like that.
I wonder if he's a Lions fan.
We love that. Well, so what are some segments left, sir?
How about them Raiders? How about that segment?
How about them Raiders? We suck. We're the worst team in the league.
Yeah, you are.
We're not even the best at being the worst. That's
Like-
how bad we are.
Like, you're actually the worst team in the league now, and that's crazy how, like, the Raiders went from, like, halfway decent to, like, right exactly where the Lions were for, like, 30 years.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane, dog. The Lions were there for 30 years?
So if you ask the right people, it's 50, but yeah.
Well, buckle up. You got 30 years to go of this bullshit.
Some might say it's already been 20, so. Oh, man.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, it really is. Like, I'm sure that, like, the Raiders will get their time.
Oh, yeah. The NFL is a forever thing, you know.
Like, they're already making a lot of changes right now. And I think for sure the Raiders will be different.
We're not the worst franchise in history, though. There's a lot of history for us. So
Yeah.
We'll hold on to that.
That's the Lions,
the
actually,
worst,
still.
the worst franchise in history, actually, is the Cardinals.
Really?
Yep.
How are they doing this year?
The Cardinals got a boatload of nothing under their belt except for one Super Bowl loss. That's pretty much it.
How are they doing this year, though?
Better than the last few years, to be honest.
That's good.
But the reason why the Cardinals historically are worse than teams like the Browns and the Lions is because the Lions and Browns were good before the Super Bowl existed. Like before that, it was like known as like the national championship, right? Mm-hmm. And the Browns had plenty of those. And the Lions, I think, had a few of those as well. And so that's what makes them good.
Well, Lions were good until they got cursed. So
Legit, do you know the story behind that?
yeah, you've told it to me.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you told it on the podcast.
Yep. It's so weird, like the voodoo magic that actually surrounds the theories involved in that. But we should probably call it. It's almost midnight. I want to be done by midnight. So
We're at an hour 22.
do we literally just have dedications left?
I think so.
All right, Jordan, who or what do you dedicate this podcast episode out to?
I dedicate this podcast episode fuck. I know what it is. I can't think of the name right now. My goodness. Oh my god. Crispitos. Yeah. Or as Isaac likes to call them, Fiesta Sticks.
Did you have one recently?
No.
Okay. This episode goes out to Jaden Daniels. Woo! If my pro NFL team sucks and my college team sucks this year, I'll at least ride the coattails of a former LSU alumni. Go, Jaden Daniels. You did a damn good job kicking the Lions' ass this past weekend. Hell yeah.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Where can they find you at, Isaac?
Oh, yeah. You can find me on Instagram, isaac.w.joseph. Spell Joseph correctly. It's Joesph. And so you can find me on that. And once you find me on that, you can basically find everything else that you can to like support Jordan and I. So Too Many Words Pod and Scaldstone, and literally like if you actually are looking, you can find it, baby girl. So start with the Instagram.
Not our website because it's broken.
It's down right now, but we're gonna make a comeback.
Even though we got, the website printed on a bunch of wristbands and a bunch of business cards, and I
know we fumbled. Okay, just wait for the website to come back up, and then this year's convention seasons to pass, and we'll probably hit 500 subscribers this year.
I mean, I hope so.
We will.
I hope so.
We will.
Like, that should be guaranteed.
We will.
That'd
We
be
will.
pretty sick.
We will.
500 subscribers. That'd be so cool.
So I guess the goal is to meet 200 new people willing.
I really want to reach 100,000 subscribers already. I want a YouTube plaque.
That's probably not going to happen until like a few years from now.
I
So
want a YouTube plaque. Why don't we have a YouTube plaque? God dang it, Isaac.
because we're
Why do you suck at posting YouTube shorts and reels and stuff?
shorts might be actually like the difference maker.
But come on, man.
Like YouTube shorts might be like
I'm pretty sure
huge.
we've gotten at least like 10 subscribers just from our shorts that we posted, which is like a good amount. Anyways, you can find me on TikTok, I guess. I don't know. I kind of had a thing with TikTok today where I saw a account that I used to follow at like the beginning of my TikTok journey called Pudgy Woke. It was this dog that went awa awa. The dog passed away a few years ago, and the creator of the account, the owner of the dog, he, for the finale of TikTok, the going away, he posted a video that was never before seen. It was like I don't know if it was just a video that he took or if it was just a draft, and it actually made me cry. And so the TikTok thing coming back, it kind of made me feel weird because like a lot of content creators and people were like actually saying goodbye, and it kind of feels like all that was for nothing now, and I don't know how to feel about that. And so who knows, you might see Jordan leave TikTok for good. Maybe.
You're too tired. Let's go to bed. 1, 2, 3. Amen.
Amen. 3.
1, 2, 3.
Amen.